No, fuck.
Keep that in there.
Never. Fuck, I'm keeping it. Hello, Mike.
Hell,
How you doing?
who was that guy? I
I
don't
don't know.
recognize him.
Somebody
Did you try to
fucked up.
replace me on the fly? Is that what happened here?
Somebody here fucked up. I don't even know who it was. So, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
We're back at Call to an Interview. People thought we will abandon this. No,
Nope.
never abandon anything. We will do this fucking shows till...
Dude, we've been doing it for it's just about to be 10 years now. This is our 10-year anniversary.
Oh shit, this is the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Then we really need somebody special for this.
Yeah.
Did we get anybody special?
You know, I think I found him by a bar at some point.
Ah, yeah. That's not special enough, though.
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe for our 11th anniversary, we'll have somebody special.
Yeah, if we remember. We'll fucking keep doing this show till we actually die or, get jobs.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't think we're getting a job.
Hello,
Hi.
man. How you doing?
I'm really good. I have been waiting 10 years to be on this show. I was just a 19-year-old boy when I first discovered Call to an Interview, and my dreams have finally come true. This is it. This is the highlight of my life.
We got the dive bar. We got the dive bar. Yay! So, do you watch movies?
No.
Have you seen 100 or more movies?
I have seen a flip book of moving pictures.
Yikes.
Maybe a little rough.
Tonight might be a little rough, but let's just get into it. I mean, there's no fixing this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
Question 1. What's the movie or movie moment that started your love for movies?
Okay, so when I was in middle school, I had a homeroom teacher by the name of Mr. Kramer. And Kramer.
Did you live in Seinfeld land?
Yeah, I lived in Seinfeld era, New York. And so during homeroom class, he wanted to do this thing, which was basically an appreciation of film history. So we kind of went through the decades. He had picked a different movie to every, I think it was 20 years. And I was like, this is cool. And then I saw It's a Mad, 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 Mad World in his class. And literally everything just completely snapped into place. I loved that movie. I still love that movie to this day. And my teacher was so cool. I want turkey now. But my teacher was so cool. He saw how much I loved that movie, and he literally gave me the VHSs. Yes, 2 VHSs, because that movie is so long that it actually had to be split into 2 VHSs. And I think that it started to spiral from there. My dad likes movies. Every time I go visit him, we watch something. So it's really those 2 pieces. And look at that poster. Look how beautiful that poster is.
And no wonder he suggested that movie. Look at the fucking name. Stanley Kramer.
Yeah. Boom. Bingo. It's a conspiracy. It all comes together. I love this movie so much that in my high school's yearbook, the seniors got to create their own senior photo. And what I did is I took small pictures of my face and I put them on some of the faces of this poster, and that was my senior year photo in my yearbook. This movie really, really hit a special spot, and I cannot thank my middle school teacher enough for introducing me to this movie.
You're a giant nerd.
I am. It's some would say that I'm a dork.
Interesting. What's the first film that you remember seeing in theaters?
Okay. So I'm pretty sure that I saw The Lion King in theaters, but I don't remember. However, the movie that I do remember seeing in theaters is Space Jam.
Ouch.
Yeah, well, looking back on it, ouch. But as a 5-year, I was a 5-year-old kid then. And let's be honest, like the Looney Tunes. If you know me, you know my sense of humor is just utter chaos. It is chaotic sense of humor, and that's what the Looney Tunes are like masters of. So I remember seeing this turd and loving it. The other thing I remember about this experience is I remember I'm sitting next to my dad. It's just my dad and myself at this movie because my mom was probably smart enough to be like, I'm skipping this one. And I remember at one point leaning over to him and saying, "Hey, Dad, my hand is stuck in the cup holder." And he literally had to get up, go to the concession stand, and be like, "Hey, I'm going to ask you something really weird." And apparently, the guy at the concession stand was like, "Your kid's hand stuck in the cup holder?" So I'm sitting there with my hand stuck in a cup holder, watching Space Jam on the big screen, as my dad gets a cup of butter and pours it in to the cup holder to loosen my hand and free it, just as Lola Bunny is entering the game. Like that's my first movie moment that I remember in theaters.
What?
Yeah, I will say, looking at this poster, I think this would be extra special if they took both those faces and put it on the same poster of Face Off.
Yo, that would. I would have seen that movie. That's what I want Space Jam 2 to be. That's what I want LeBron James to be doing in Space Jam 2.
I love the Looney Tunes. Their humor is very, very funny. It's great. And it's a classic. It doesn't get old. It gets a little racist, but it doesn't really get old. This movie is not good, though. I like the Looney Tunes Back in Action by Joe Dante better.
Yeah.
Same.
This does have one joke that I really, really laugh at, though. When they go to the gym for the first time, it's all run down and broken down, and they're like, "Oh, it is a little spit take," and Mike is like, "No, that's not gonna fix it." And then they all spit for like 5 minutes nonstop everywhere on the gym, and suddenly it's like a perfect gym. That's fucking funny.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about that scene, but now that you say it,
That's the one good memory I have of this film, though. Mike, why is this your favorite movie?
It's not my favorite movie. I used to like Burr. I used to enjoy this as a little kid, and I watched it recently. And other than Bill Murray, yeah, it's not good at all.
Oh yeah, Bill Murray too is actually pretty funny.
Yeah, Bill Murray is funny.
I don't know if you guys watch NBA, but he actually went to ESPN and other places during this time around this movie to ask that he was going to announce himself as available for getting picked for the NBA. Like he actually did that on Real Sports Channel. I was like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" And then I was like, "Wow,
that's awesome."
Makes sense.
I love it. Question 3: if you could pick one movie from any era to be able to see in theaters, which movie would you choose?
Okay, I kind of have 2 answers for this one. Like, if I could go back,
yeah,
of course.
It's nothing new.
Okay, if I was going back in time to see it, like for the first time, because like no one's ever came up with that synopsis scenario before. If I could go back in time, I'm actually gonna pick something that, like everyone picks like Jaws or Psycho or something with like a big twist, which is great. I want to see this movie called Wait Until Dark. Wait Until Dark. It has Audrey Hepburn and Alan Arkin. And it's about this blind woman in her apartment who accidentally comes across a doll that is full of heroin, and 3 men break into her apartment in order to try to get it back. It's a great movie. But there's one scene. It is, in my opinion, the greatest jump scene in movie history, where Rote, Alan Arkin's character, you think that, that poster's amazing. You think that his character is like done. He's like the last person, and you think that he's like gone. He's like unconscious or dead or something like that. And Audrey Hepburn, as I said, her character's blind. She is trying to get to the door, and it's dark. All the lights have been like disabled. She's trying to get to the door. She's stumbling over like bodies and like broken furniture and things like that. And she finally gets to the door, and she's trying to open it, but there's something blocking it. So she can't open the door and escape. So she climbs down the stairs, and she's trying to find her way to the phone when suddenly Rote jumps from behind an archway and just grabs her leg with this blood-curdling scream. I want to be in the theaters and see that audience when that happens. It would be amazing. But I also want to see Casablanca. That is one of the most beautiful movies ever made.
Obviously.
Like, yeah. Yeah. That is legit one of the most beautiful movies I've ever made. And I want, like, those Fathom events, I want to go see Casablanca, because just to see that airport scene itself on the big screen, or when they're singing the French national anthem, that scene, or when Peter Lorre's character is disposed of, like, all of those scenes, I think on the big screen would just be utterly fantastic to see.
So the whole movie.
The whole movie.
I think you had Mike on.
Oh.
There it is. Technical difficulty, folks. But yeah, those are both good choices. I like those choices. He's coming back.
God damn! Wait.
It's fucking genius.
I really hate this computer.
You gotta keep with the joke. It was a joke, Nazar. You gotta keep with it.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah. I think you had Mike with this one. You spent so much time explaining that jump scare that he was like, fucking yeah. And then you're like, yeah, but fuck it. Casablanca. Cool. To be honest, yeah, good picks. I don't have no idea what the first movie is. Sounds good though. I'll probably try to look it
I'll
up.
put it on my list now.
Yeah, I did it. Let's go home.
Go home. Where's the list? Oh, she's not here.
All right, put on the music. We're closing this out.
Anyway, good question. Did you get to experience physical movie rentals or VHS or DVDs?
Hell yeah, I did.
At least there's no children yet on this show. That's pretty good.
Depends on who you ask.
All right, so what's your favorite video store?
Okay, first of all, Blockbuster Video is fantastic. Blockbuster Video is the greatest team ever to appear in the fan leagues.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. However, for personal reasons, I have to pick Hollywood Video.
Nemesis.
All right, well, that's it for me. Bye, folks. So I lived near a Hollywood Video. I literally could walk. To it from my place when I was younger. And
you could walk out as well, you know.
Burn!
Damn it! I knew I should have just kissed up to the hosts. But I'm a man of my word. My word is my bond. But Hollywood Video, yeah, I could literally walk to it from my place. I still know where it was. Unfortunately, it's not there anymore. It got replaced by a Goodwill donation center. Yeah, And it's sad because that building held a lot of good childhood memories.
Uh, first of all,
Great.
wait. First of all,
God damn it.
I'm glad it got turned into whatever the fuck it got turned into charity. I don't care. Hollywood video sucks. Fuck those guys. But I'm actually surprised because a lot of people pick family video. You know, because of the porn.
Not
Exactly. Cody started it off and it continued from there.
It's literally the one video, like, major video rental store that I don't think I've ever been in.
I haven't either.
I
didn't even know they existed.
I've been in a Blockbuster, I've been in a Hollywood video, I've been in a Suncoast video. I was never in a family video.
Now nobody has gone to the porn shop. Cool.
Just not that one.
Fair. What was the first movie you chose to rent by yourself with your own hard-earned money? Even if it was just cutting your grandma's lawn or something.
It's the 50s.
Yeah. I have one of those little push mowers. Here's
Child labor.
Here's where the call of pretentious comes out.
What?
It started way back then.
Now?
I can hear Cody Newberry screaming from Missouri, calling me a pretentious hack right now. But the first movie I chose to rent by myself was Duck Soup. It's a Marx Brothers movie from the 30s.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah. I remember I watched like the AFI lists whenever they would be televised, like the 100 greatest laughs and 100 greatest thrills and 100 greatest movies of all time. Like, I looked forward to it when it would ever come out. And I remember watching 100 greatest laughs. No, it was 100 greatest films. And seeing Duck Soup appear on there. And yep, there it is, that beautiful, beautiful poster. I remember seeing that movie come up, and I remember just being in this this family-owned video store, not Family Video, but a family-owned store, and seeing that on VHS, and just being like, "Huh, I heard this was really funny. I'm going to check this movie out," and I'm so glad I did, because it really did shape my sense of humor. Tremendously. Like, if you watch this movie, you see these jokes and you see these gags and you go, yeah, that's Barr.
Kinda. But I mean, just for reference sake, how old were you?
I think at that time I may have been. I'm not 100% certain. I'm not even 90% certain. I'm not even 75% certain. But I'm like 20% certain that I was probably 15.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That does not make sense, though. 15-year-olds. I don't know. Well, this was probably early 2000s or something, right?
It would be 2006.
Jesus Christ, you're a child.
I know.
People would be like renting Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or, Daredevil. I don't know. But he's like, no.
Daredevil?
He's like, no, I want Duck Soup.
Hey, to be fair, when I was 15, I was watching Abbott and Costello.
Yeah! Yeah!
So I get where he's coming from.
When I was 15, I don't know what. Wait, I was watching Babe. Boom!
Boom!
Yeah. So fair.
Who's your favorite actor?
So if you had originally asked me this like maybe a year ago, I probably would have said something along the lines of like I think that like Christian Bale or Jimmy Stewart or like something like that. But it wasn't until I
I'm sorry. God damn it. I didn't fucking hear them done.
Wiley Burp is a good pick.
But it wasn't until like a few months ago when I rewatched The Odd Couple that I realized, and The Apartment, both in like the same like month, that I realized that Jack Lemmon is my favorite actor.
Sure.
Jack Lemmon is a comedic, like a gift from the comedic gods. He's one of the funniest people to ever be on screen. But he's also a hell of a dramatic actor. Like if you watch Glengarry Glen Ross, he's phenomenal in that movie. JFK, he's only in it for a little bit, but he's great. And then there's other movies that he did back then, like The Days of Wine and Roses, and like other things that you're like, wow, he's a great actor. And so I think that he's one of the greatest balances of being able to be a great dramatic actor and a great comedic actor. And you don't get a lot of those.
True. No, that is very true.
Ah, damn it. I couldn't find a sexy picture of Jack Lemmon. You're ruining my bit with this pics, man.
Oh, that's pretty hot right there. Look at that suit. Look at that poise. Look at that devilish grin.
I mean, it's a prima donna portrait, though. Yeah, true. Again, weird pick.
There is a story about, I don't know if you've seen this, Barr, but have you ever seen it wasn't the Academy Awards, it was I'm pretty sure it was the Golden Globes because they were talking about the TV version of 12 Angry Men, and Ving Rhames had won.
Thing?
Yeah, have you seen that?
I did, and it's fantastic.
It's fucking amazing that he gets the award and he goes, no, you know what? I want to bring, he asks if Jack Lemmon's there. Jack Lemmon comes up and he just wants to give him the award. And Jack Lemmon's going, no, I don't want the award. You take it. And it's such a sweet moment from it. It shows Ving Rhames, it shows how fucking kind that dude is. To know how great Jack Lemmon is. And he goes, I respect the hell out of you. I want you to have it.
Yeah. Because you see a lot of people going like, wow, I didn't expect to win this, but Ving Rhames is the only person who had the balls to be like, I don't want this.
Yeah. He felt like he didn't deserve it compared to Jack Lemmon, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah. And I've seen that version of 12 Angry Men. I love 12 Angry Men. It's one of my favorite movies. And I still prefer the original version, but that version is still really good. And because Jack Lemmon is, as juror number 8, is perfect.
Yeah.
He goes toe to toe with George C. Scott.
Yeah.
You know, the guy from Insurrection. Yay, we're back. Okay.
We're the only people who are going to get that for now, at least.
Who's your favorite actress?
This one was easy. And she's been my favorite actress for a long time. It's Frances McDormand. I think Frances McDormand. Yeah, I think Frances McDormand is an absolute powerhouse of an actress. She's great. Like, she gives some of the greatest dramatic performances I've ever seen. And then my favorite performance of all time, literally my favorite performance of all time, is Marge Gunderson in Fargo. She gives a lights out performance in that movie. And it was after watching that movie that I immediately went, who's this person? And I'm going to follow their career for as long as I can. There she is.
Laurel Canyon, great movie, by the way.
I'll take the performance in Hail Caesar where, she almost fucking dies from being shot.
when she gets the thing caught in the projection.
I'm pretty sure somebody picked this actress before, but I completely agree. Francis
yeah.
McDormand is a treasure. Is one of those actors that can literally do anything. You can ask her to do whatever you want, and she will find a way to make it work. So, yeah, even Cohen's wife, good pick. Mike, why do you hate Francis McDormand?
I do not hate Frances McDormand. I love all the Coen Brothers movies. I fucking enjoy every single one of them with her in it. She's fucking amazing in every role that she does. She's great. I have no complaints about her.
She's always my favorite part of any movie, even if I think the movie's just fine.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Okay. Who's your favorite director?
It's one that's kind of it's weird. Mainly because it's the Coen brothers, but specifically Joel.
Fair. Yeah.
Granted, like all the movies where they're both credited as directors are also great, but Joel is the one who kind of got the team started in
Oh,
a
yeah.
sense. Like if you look at like their early work, Joel is the one that's credited.
And
Even
he's
though
the one that was the editing assistant on Evil Dead as well. On Evil Dead 2, I believe
Yes.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also Francis McDormand's husband.
Absolutely. This is the greatest pairing in Hollywood history, in my opinion. They have such a style that I really love. It's all very noir-y, even if it's not a straightforward noir. They also all have a like a Western feel to them, even if it's not a Western. And there's the stories that they craft and create are just so well told. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It's basically just a retelling of the Odyssey, but it's done in such a unique style that only the Coen brothers could have made. And I'm dying to actually see them direct a musical. After seeing the No Dame scene in Hail Caesar, like
Yeah.
ever since that moment, I've been like, why haven't they directed like another musical? Because Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is a musical. But like I need to see them direct another musical.
I do like a lot the Coen brothers. I don't know why you are trashing on Ethan Coen for some reason.
I'm not trashing on him.
I mean, the guys
lesser of the brothers.
have their lives, and yet you're like, fuck Ethan. I just like Joe. Joe gets to bone Francis.
Yes, that's exactly the reason.
So actually, I really like the Coen brothers too. They can be really, really, really particular, but I like their peculiarities, so it works for me. I think literally there's like maybe one, maybe two, sure one movie that I cannot stand, and it's The Lady Killers.
I was about to ask.
But
Yeah.
other than that, even their big failures, like people say, are not really bad movies. I kind of particularly love The Hotsucker Proxy, for example. For kids.
But
That's what I
Nazario,
need to
he brought
rewatch.
his bitch to the Waffle Hut.
It's something just about the way that Haley delivered that so dryly.
Yeah. So again, pretty decent pick. So for our next movie, our next question. I was actually kind of getting bored about asking the same shit, so I just did a quick edit for my friend Bud here. So I'm not asking you what your favorite movie is. I'm asking you what's your favorite bad movie.
What the hell? 10 years of you doing this and you changed the format?
That's how we roll.
Keep it fresh.
All right. So my favorite bad movie is a movie that I've watched multiple times. Whenever it's on TV, I have to stop what I'm doing and I have to watch this. I actually introduced my dad to this movie because he had known about it. He had never seen it. And immediately after watching it, he was like, that movie was terrible, but boy, was it great to watch. I love Batman and Robin. I think that movie is. I really
I did
do.
not see that coming.
I love that movie so much. I love puns, first of all. I know some people think that it's the lowest form of comedy, which is bullshit. But there's something about the campiness that some of the actors really bring to it. Like one of the dumbest scenes I've ever seen in a movie ever. It's a terrible. It's like such an over the top performance, but it's like there it is. Ugh. When Uma Thurman is confronting, I don't remember the name of the evil scientist that she works for, but like
Julian Glover.
Thank you. She's like, you sicko. Like, well, I guess you just have to die. So goddamn stupid, but it's amazing. And it's little things like that. Just like when Bane is putting like all of those bombs around and he's just going, bomb. It's so dumb. Poison Ivy actually says curses in this movie. It's so great.
Well, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Who killed the dinosaurs?
The Ice Age! Ah! And George Clooney is easily the worst Batman. I'm not going to deny that. But just look, if you look,
himself.
if you look back at literally everyone who's ever said the line, I'm Batman, they're all amazing. And then Clooney comes in, head bob, like a head bobble. Like someone just like slapped a bobblehead figure instead of just lightly tapping it, going, "Hi, Freeze, I'm Batman."
He also never stops fucking smiling.
Never.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman. Hey, Alfred, I hear
He's
you're
so happy
dying.
that he's Batman that he has to smile the whole thing.
This movie is trash, but it's the best kind of trash.
You're one of those people who hates the movie and yet puts a little heart on in the letterbox, right?
Yes.
God damn it, man. You know, campiness, Batman 66 exists.
Yeah, but like that movie is designed to be campy. Like that
And this is
no, that movie's designed to be comedic. Like, you cannot look me in the face and go and say that the line, I guess some days you just can't get rid of a bomb, after he looks in the water as he's about to throw a bomb in there and sees a family of ducks. You can't tell me that that's not designed to be funny. This was not.
take 2 of this and call me in the morning. Jesus.
And the whole Alfred bit.
I will say that I do laugh at this movie. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's kind of weird. David K. Fox is in this thing.
Yes, he is.
And she tells Arnold that she gave him the cold shoulder. Let's move on.
Okay,
So moving on to the greatest question ever asked. Spielberg movies or Burton movies?
I feel like I'm gonna just keep tradition rolling and go with Spielberg.
Yeah.
Look, I respect it. I'm doing nothing but disappointing Nazario this entire episode. He is deeply regretting having me on. I respect Burton. I respect him. I think he has a very unique style that you can't say is anyone else. I think that he has created some great movies. The 89 version of Batman is still my favorite Batman movie. I think it is the most unique. I think it is the most well visioned.
It makes House Party look like House Party 2. We all know this.
Yeah, everyone knows this. I mean, I think that's on the DVD case. But Spielberg just happens to have more movies that are some of my favorite movies of all time.
He has more movies, all right.
Son of a bitch.
Once again, movies like Edward Scissorhands are absolutely phenomenal. But when you compare Edward Scissorhands to, let's say, like Jaws or Schindler's List or Jurassic Park, like Burton, while a very good director, Spielberg compared to Burton is just a little bit better in my eyes.
Well, at least you said a little bit better. There's been other people that have gone way on the other side of it.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know what it's gonna take for somebody to actually give up. Freaking football. Look at the thing how it's throwing. These people are giving me like petty fraction. Ridiculous.
Next week's guest is Nazario. It's finally gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I already told Mike I'm gonna fucking keep doing this until somebody votes Burton. Even if I have to get fucking Burton to vote for himself, I'm gonna fucking do it.
We got to get Burton on here. We'll get a fucking vote from
And,
Burton.
and show him what you assholes are doing.
I feel like even he would say Spielberg though.
Kurt Russell, yes or no?
So we go from Tim Burton to Jack Burton.
Ah.
And the answer is a hell yes.
Yeah.
Like, he's another one of those actors who can do comedy and drama both very well. I think that he's easily one of the best parts of Big Trouble in Little China.
He is.
The Thing is an absolute masterpiece of a film. And it doesn't work if he doesn't work in that movie. I also like, okay, I don't love this movie. I enjoy it, but he's one of the best parts of Sky High.
Everyone brings in Sky High, and fuck it, it's Kurt Russell.
Exactly. But I think my favorite Kurt Russell performance is actually him in The Hateful Eight.
Yeah,
as John the
that's a good
Hangman.
choice.
The Hangman Roof.
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking fantastic on that.
Just the scene where he realizes that the coffee's been poisoned is it's amazing.
See, I love Kurt Russell's reaction, but I love Walton Goggins' reaction even more on that in the background. Like, it's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the miniseries version that is on Netflix?
Yeah.
They actually like the director's cut of The Hateful Eight. It's so long that they decided to split it into how many episodes is Mike? 4?
4, I believe. Yeah.
4 episodes, and you can watch it as kind of a miniseries. It's amazing.
I'm gonna have to do that because legit, no joke. It's actually one of my favorite Tarantino films.
Then definitely watch that version.
I know it's a weird pick, but
Still, I love the movie, but
I think it might be my number 3 Tarantino.
Dude.
Hey.
Okay, so speaking of Sky High, Bruce Campbell, yes, no, or groovy?
Absolutely
No.
No. Bruce Campbell's groovy.
Yeah.
I like anyone who doesn't answer groovy, those 2 numbskulls, they don't know what they're doing. They
To be
don't
fair,
know.
one of the numbskulls did not have this option.
Yeah. The other one says he didn't deserve or earn to say groovy yet. Cool.
Because he hadn't seen the Evil Dead movies yet.
Yes. Also,
So he didn't deserve to say it.
Yikes. Okay.
I haven't seen the Evil Dead movie.
Ooh, you gotta
I know,
get
I
on
need
that
to.
quick.
And that's all for today, guys. Where's the Ghostbusters? No. We still have one more question for this man.
Yes.
And this is where actually movies that people know come out. All right? Because, I mean, the last question is recommend 2 movies people wouldn't expect from you.
So we should not see an AFI top 100 list on here.
Damn it! I was gonna talk about The Godfather Part 2.
You think I was going to say Godfather Part 1? No!
Yeah, no. That's what they want you to expect. So okay, I legit thought about this, and I decided to go with these 2 movies. The first one I'm gonna go with is I think a lot of people like they look at me and they go, "Ooh, AFI, like artistic works and blah blah blah, Citizen Kane and how great was my Valley and nerd." Yeah, that doesn't mean I can't get down with like a really fun action movie. I love The Running Man. I think The Running Man is actually really, really good. I think it's one of Schwarzenegger's better performances. I think Richard Dawson's actually incredibly entertaining in this movie. Is he a great actor? I'll admit no. But is he doing the job that the role requires? Absolutely. I think that it takes a really interesting idea about the concept of reality shows and where it's going. And honestly, it's a movie, it's a premise that I could legit see happening in like 10 or 20 years. And I kind of hate that. It terrifies me. But I also just really love the look of this movie. Like, I don't know why, but the jumpsuits, the way that the costumes of the hunters, why am I blanking out? Stalkers.
Yes.
The stalkers are actually really fun, really interesting, and like how they're all different and they have their own unique style.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's not just him. Because I think that a lot of action movies tend to do that. But the fact that he's thrown in there with two other people that he's known and he escaped prison with, I think is actually a breath of fresh air for this movie. And it's also just got some of the greatest lines. That line about him ripping out his goddamn spine is so great. I love this movie. I think it's aged incredibly well for being something that is clearly made in the 80s.
Yeah.
They were last season's winner. Here they are roasting skulls and I don't know. This movie's great, honestly. It was the first movie I heard the word Sub-Zero in, so when I actually saw Mortal Kombat, I thought it was the same dude. I was like, yeah. I was like,
hold on, wait, Nazario. No. He's not Sub-Zero anymore. Now he's just plain Zero.
Nice. This is a great film. This has Maria Conchita Alonso too, right?
Yes.
I think they like throw her at the last time, like the game is already going, and they just throw her like midway, like you're contestant. And she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's like they're clearly breaking their own rules. But it's like, oh, convicts go in here. Oh, what? She hasn't been arrested for anything? Ah, well.
Also, Jesse the Body Ventura is in this, and he's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing that two governors are in this movie.
But also makes you think.
Anyone can be anything.
Mike, do you like The Running Man?
Yeah, it's very enjoyable. Anytime it's on, I will watch it. It's great. It's fun. It's pure 80s, and I love pure 80s.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those movies that you think of when you think Schwarzenegger in the 80s. I think it's like Predator, Terminator, Running Man, and Commando.
I almost picked Predator.
Another one with two governors.
Yeah.
Thank you. And what's the other pick?
The other pick is it's a film from, I believe it's 2015. It stars two of my favorite people, and it's a movie that when it got released, I think that it kind of just either got lost in the shuffle or it just really wasn't marketed well. But I think it's actually a really touching, really sincere, and in some parts really funny, well-told movie with Anne Hathaway and Robert De Niro. I'm going with The Intern.
Oh, okay.
The Intern is a movie that I son of a bitch.
Fucking beautifully set up.
Well timed. And there goes my camera. There we go. The Intern is a really intimate piece. And I think a lot of people saw it as a romance film between De Niro and Hathaway. And that's not what the movie is. That's not what it is, but that's how it was marketed.
Yeah.
But it's Honestly, it's a movie about friendship. You see the budding relationship between these two grow into this really beautiful friendship, and like the way it's so natural that, and you're so charmed by both of these people, and you see them like lift each other up when they need it the most.
Now, Anne Hathaway cannot lift Robert De Niro.
You'd be surprised. Did you see the way that she lifted Les Miserables?
Oh,
But yeah, it's aside from one scene in this movie, which is a little forced and unnecessary, it's actually a really beautifully made film. It's utterly delightful and charming, and I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. I watched it on a whim. I saw it in the DVD section of my library, and I went, you know what? I've heard good things, and it's one of the best movies I think I've ever seen.
what?
Okay, one of my favorite. Let me rephrase. Let me
Sorry.
one of my favorite movies I've ever seen.
No, I agree.
Intern, what?
The commercials for this, all the material took me out of the movie. But the moment I sat down to actually watch it, I went, "Yeah, it is a really sweet movie." But yeah, the trailers are marketed horribly.
Oh, terrible!
I have not seen it actually. I actually have seen bits and pieces when my wife watches it, and she enjoys it. She likes Nancy Myers. That's it.
Cool.
I might watch it actually. I don't hate Nancy Myers. It was weirdly advertised though. That I can agree on. I was very surprised by the Running Man. That is a solid
Yeah.
unexpected Barr pick. Intern, not so much, but you were in the spirit for the show, and we're thankful. Thank you for coming here today for our 10th anniversary episode.
Yeah,
We got
10
the
years.
time. That's always great.
Thank you guys.
Oh.
I genuinely enjoyed this show. As I said, I've been watching it for the last 10 years, and I'm just really happy to have been on. Thank you guys for having me.
So, I guess now we're canceled.
Yep.
That's it. We can get-
But we're still gonna dance it out. Thanks, Mike Hanley, for showing up. Thanks to Andrew the Dive Bar for giving us some weird picks. We might not be canceled. We'll be back. We'll fucking be back. We might be back.